This video was made, created by me ZS0020 Prime, leader of the Defenders and master of the Skybase. I am also known as ZS Prime, ZS0020 Prime, and Sylveon Prime, and nobody has any permission to use this video without my permission or authorization. This music was made, created by me ZS0020 Prime, leader of the Defenders and master of the Skybase. I am also known as ZS Prime, ZS0020 Prime, and Sylveon Prime. Nobody has any permission to use this music without my permission or authorization.
Okay, hopefully this is recording. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Almost 4 p.m. Today it's gonna be more of a information video, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, I'm going to be discussing my rules when it comes to my chats, Discord servers, the comment sections of my YouTube or Facebook posts, or any of my groups or pages. Basically, I'm going to be showing my rules, and I'm going to have the Microsoft Office voice thingamajigger read it to you guys. Hopefully this works smoothly and nothing screws up. So without further ado, let's get into it. First, let me make myself a tiny bit smaller. And let's see here. Let's make this a tiny bit smaller. And let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see if I can. No. Okay, that's kind of obnoxious. Can't make that any bigger. Okay. Well. Okay, how am I going to do this without completely screwing everything to Kingdom Come? Okay, yeah, that's about as small as I can make this. I could make this. Hold on, let me see. Okay, there we go. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, bear with me. I'm trying to adjust everything so everything fits, but I guess this is the best that I can do. I'll make it bigger and scroll through later after I have the voice thing read it. Now let's see. Okay, I think it'll start. Let's see here.
No exceptions.
Okay. No, it did not start from the beginning. Blasted thing. Okay. Let me just highlight then all of this. There we go. Let's see, will it let me? Okay, I can put that in the middle since there's a lot of empty space. Okay, that'll do it. And I can move this up here where it's not in the way. And I can move. Oh, really? Really? Okay, let's just get rid of that. We don't need that open. Okay, I guess it is what it is. That's just gonna have to stay there because that's how it works. Okay, read aloud. Oh, for Pete's sake. Fine, I'll do it again. Stupid blasted thing. Don't understand why I have to do it twice. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get this to work. Read aloud.
Rules for my non-18 plus groups and communities and pages and Discord servers and other places. These are the rules for my non-18 plus groups and communities and pages. These rules also apply to my servers and posts and other places. The rules part number 1. No talking about politics at all. It leads to unnecessary arguments and drama, and I don't want that kind of stuff here. Racism and discrimination of any kind will not be tolerated in my groups. There is a zero tolerance policy when it comes to that. No sexual stuff at all or porn will be permitted, since there may be underage people in my non-18 plus groups and I don't need any problems. Cursing is permitted as long as people don't take it too far, and also as long as people are not calling another person a bad name or something like that. Bullying is strictly prohibited. There's a zero tolerance policy when it comes to that stuff. 6. Blocking of admins in my groups is strictly prohibited. Anybody who blocks an admin will be immediately booted from the group without any warning, no exceptions. 7. You can RP in my groups. However, please make sure to keep your RP appropriate, since of course there could be underage people here and I don't need any problems. Also, if somebody says they do not wish to RP, then do not bother the other person and respect their wishes. No means no. Also, no inappropriate RPs. 8. No one is allowed to screenshot messages in my groups. What's said in this group stays in this group. If anybody's caught screenshotting without authorization, they will be immediately booted out of the group without any warning, no exceptions. The only exception that I will add is if a screenshot is required if somebody is doing something they're not supposed to be doing and someone is trying to make admins aware of what's going on, or if somebody is in immediate danger, then in that case screenshots are allowed, but only of the particular incident, because safety is my number one priority. Other than that, absolutely no screenshots. 9. Harassment of any kind will not be tolerated in my groups, and if anyone is caught harassing someone else, they will be immediately booted from the group without any warning, no exceptions. The warning system / strike system. The rules part number 2. Here in my groups I have a warning and strike system. Basically, anybody caught disobeying the rules will receive either a warning or a strike depending on the severity of what they did. So here's how the system works. First violation will be a warning or even a first strike if the violation is severe enough. If it's a minor violation, then it'll just be a warning. Second violation after a warning will be strike 1. Third violation will be strike 2. And the fourth violation will be strike 4 and the final chance. 5. After strike 4, any further violation of the rules will result in immediate removal from my groups, no exceptions, and no further warnings will be given and no further chances. Either you've been warned, follow the rules, or don't bother joining my groups. This is how my warning system and strike system works. If anybody has any further questions, feel free to let me know, and also if any additional rules needs to be added, I will add them here and repost this. My rules for my 18 plus groups and communities. These rules also apply to my servers and posts and other places. These are the rules for my 18 plus groups and communities. These rules also apply to my servers and posts. The rules part number 1. 1. No talking about politics at all. It leads to unnecessary arguments and drama, and I don't want that kind of stuff here. 2. Racism and discrimination of any kind will not be tolerated here. There is a zero tolerance policy when it comes to that. 3. You can post sexual things, however no real-world pictures of sexual stuff and no underage stuff either, if you know what I mean, and no CP of any kind. That will not be tolerated in any of my groups. Anybody caught doing any of that shit will be immediately removed from the group without any warning, no exceptions. Basically, in other words, keep things within reason and everything will be fine. 4. Cursing is permitted as long as people don't take it too far, and also as long as people are not calling another person a bad name or something like that. 5. Bullying is strictly prohibited. There's a zero tolerance policy when it comes to that stuff. 6. Blocking of admins is strictly prohibited in my groups. Anybody who blocks an admin will be immediately booted from the group without warning, no exceptions. 7. You can RP in my groups. However, please make sure to keep your RP within reason, and also keep in mind no means no. If someone says that they do not wish to RP, then please respect the other person's wishes. Also, no RPs containing any form of CP or underage stuff that will not be tolerated in my group at all. Anybody caught doing any of that shit will be immediately removed from the group without any warning, no exceptions. 8. No one is allowed to screenshot messages in my groups. What's said in the group stays in the group. If anybody's caught screenshotting without authorization, they will be immediately booted out of the group without warning, no exceptions. However, I will add to this as if there's a particular issue that's going on that requires screenshots, like for example somebody's doing something they're not supposed to and a screenshot is necessary in order to prove to the admins of what's going on, or if someone is in immediate danger, then that will fall under authorized screenshots, and this is perfectly fine because safety is my #1 priority. Other than that, no one should be taking any screenshots of anything in any of my chats. Best rule of thumb is when in doubt just ask one of the admins. 9. Harassment of any kind will not be tolerated here, and if and you anyone is caught harassing someone else, they will be immediately booted from the group without any warning, no exceptions. 10. All 18+ materials / stuff should only be in the 18/18+ channels / groups. Anybody caught disobeying this rule, they will receive a warning or a strike or a ban depending on the severity of the violation. The warning system / strike system. The rules part number 2. Here in my groups I have a warning and strike system. Basically anybody caught disobeying the rules will receive either a warning or a strike depending on the severity of what they did. So here's how the system works. 1. First violation will be a warning or even a first strike if the violation is severe enough. If it's a minor violation, then it'll just be a warning. 2. Second violation after a warning will be strike 1. 3. Third violation will be strike 2. 4. And fourth violation will be strike 4 in the final chance. 5. After strike 4, any further violation of the rules will result in immediate removal from the group, no exceptions. This is how my warning system and strike system works. If anybody has any further questions, feel free to let me know, and also if any additional rules needs to be added, I will add them here and repost this.
Okay, there we go. Let me full screen this, and I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for those stupid notifications. There's no way to disable them, and there's no way to stop them from making an audio noise. So let me maximize this so that way people can have a chance to fully read everything. And let me see if I can make myself even smaller so that way people... There we go. I'll make myself eensy weensy. And if you hear meowing, that's the cat in the background. There, if I make myself teeny tiny, that should... There, I'll make myself as small as possible. There. That way I can full screen this without being in anybody's way. So I'll slowly scroll through so people can read this. And don't mind the cat in the background, he sees something in the window. Also, if I'm going too fast, you feel free to pause the video if you want to read this in more detail. I tried making it as big as possible. Okay, we've reached the end. Okay, so this... Actually, I'm going to highlight everything and copy and paste this. I will try to put all of this in the description of the video if I can, because it is limited to how much stuff you can put in there. There. Okay, so I'll minimize that and let me full screen that. And let me make myself big again. And there. Okay. Now I can say more stuff or discuss further. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those basically are my rules for the comment sections of all of my posts, and also these rules also apply to my YouTube videos comment section as well. The 18 plus stuff, that applies to like groups and chats, because I do have some groups and chats that are 18 plus. For those we have more stricter guidelines, because we need to make sure that that people who are in those chats or servers are 18 plus, and me and the other admins make absolutely sure that that's the case. Basically, we even put it in the title of the thing to let people know, hey, this is an 18 plus chat. If you're not supposed to be here, you're not supposed to be here if you're under the age of 18. And I also have separate chats, which are my non-18 plus chats, basically stuff that anybody of any age can join. So that way we keep things separate. But as I've mentioned in my rules, 18 plus chat or not 18 plus chat, I will not allow like real world pictures or stuff, because it just leads to problems. And absolutely no stupid notification. As I was trying to say, and absolutely no underage stuff, and absolutely no freaking CP. I have a zero tolerance policy to any of that stuff, and as I mentioned in my rules, I won't hesitate. I will remove people. And if necessary, even report people for that shit, because no, that shit is disgusting, and it has no place in any of my groups or any of my chats or in any of the comment sections. I think YouTube is pretty good about holding certain things for review, so that way if it flags something that's weird, it'll say, hey, check this out, is this appropriate or not. Like, it'll hold it for review and not just throw it in the comment section. But other places, people sometimes don't have common sense, so I have to create these rules. And I do apologize if these rules are lengthy, but I try to include as much detail as I can, and I try to clarify things. That's why I'm saying more stuff right now, so I can clarify things. That yes, I do have 18 plus chats, but we also monitor to make sure that the chat doesn't end up it doesn't turn into something horribly disgusting. Because in all of my chats, safety is my number one priority, whether it be physical safety or mental safety. Anything related to safety is my number one priority, and I try to make sure that all of my chats are safe. Is a safe space for everybody. This is why I try to tell people, like, if people who are new who are joining, I say, hey, this is why I direct people to the rules, so that way people know what is expected in the chat, and people know how things are going to go. And this and I use the same strike system when it comes to my whether it be my YouTube comment section or whether it be the other comment section. I always try to give people fair amounts of warnings. But if something is egregiously bad, like there's some things out there that are just plain. There's some things out there that are just plain unforgivable. And when it comes to stuff like underage stuff or CP stuff, I won't tolerate any of that shit. And if you do any of that stuff in my groups, you will be removed. It's not a question of if, it will happen immediately, because even if I'm not online, I do have other people who are monitoring. They're basically like my admins or head of security, I can call them. So that way things are kept. So that way things don't erupt into chaos. That's why I had to I had to create rules and I have to enforce rules. And I do apologize if some of my rules sound tough or harsh, but hold on, I think I can mute the other audio out. Yes, I can. I can mute that audio out. There we go. That way, that stupid thing won't ring in everybody's ears. Okay, so as I was saying, I do apologize if my rules are tough, but that's the world we live in. I have to have tough rules in order to make it safe for everybody else, and also to avoid problems myself. So without any further ado, those were my rules. If I need to add anything, of course I'll make an update video, and I'll probably either do a post or something like that with any updates that I have to my rules. But other than that, those are my rules. If people have any questions or concerns, feel free to shoot me a comment, and I'll answer whenever I can, because I'm not online 24/7. I got other things that I do. So I'll answer comments. So be patient, ladies and gentlemen. I'll answer comments when I can, as I see them. Also, bear in mind, no inappropriate comments, because those will be deleted. So, without further ado, I'm going to conclude this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in my next video, whenever it is and whatever it is. Have a good day and or night, everybody. Bye.